I got a soaker. I got a soaker. What up, guys? Mike in the woods here, and it's 6:30 in the bloody morning. I'm on my way to the Queen Elizabeth II Wildlands Provincial Park for my second ever winter camp. I made a video last week. If you haven't watched it, I'll link it in the description down below, which basically shows me packing up for this trip. I made a couple minor modifications since then, but basically the loadout's the same. Only major differences, I took out my tent, and now I'm just using my tarp and ground sleeping. But anyways, I'm not going to bore you with a long opening intro, so I'm going to get on the road and get up to the camp and meet up with everyone and hike my way in. I got a 10-kilometer hike. Should be fun. Let's do it. Okay. It's like what, -5 out right now?
Probably above that, I'm thinking.
10-kilometer hike. Let's do it. Look how icy this shit is.
Oh, driver, I didn't signal.
At least I'm hiking in as part of the group this time instead of on my own.
Yeah. It's nice to have somebody to hike with.
Yeah, after last time I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that again. Oh, so far, not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's getting frosted up already.
The whole area is really...
Guys, that's furry coyote poop. It's tasty. And I found a wild Labatt's Blue can, guys. Cool looking mushrooms. I'm not a expert on those, so if anyone knows what those are, please comment down below. Beaver slide. I don't even know how far into the hike we are. Frozen Froggy. Rest in peace, buddy. Stop for a little break. We're about 5 kilometers in. No, 6 kilometers in. About to break off the main road onto the trail. Look at this. It's like a giant sheet of ice. And someone had a fire going. Big one. We're trying to figure out where the trail is. Yeah, I should be good going over that, I think. Kind of sketchy, but I'm game. Not sketchy at all. Yeah, that's really sketchy.
No, I'm gonna do it here. I just want something that I can grab onto over there, that last step.
Got Steve a little bit of a extra step there. That's a sketchy crossing, man.
Just so you could be heavy that I just thought, oh, I can't make that last step. And then, so he took my hand, and all I did was take a step.
We held hands, it was all romantic.
Yes, all in my head.
Hike's kicking the shit out of me, so I'm all sluggish. Whew, that's slick. Embracing the suck. Oh, this is gonna be fun. I got a soaker. I got a soaker. I'm sluggish and tired. The other guys pulled ahead. I'm hungry, probably a little dehydrated, but we're so close. We only got about 2 kilometers left to get to the camp. This looks like some kind of eggs. At least they were at one point. As to for what, I have zero clue. That is a nice view. So it's looking like we're going to make camp somewhere around here. I am almost dead. We've hiked about 11 kilometers, so I just checked. I'm not fit enough for this. So we gotta make camp soon, and I gotta get some food into me, and I gotta get warm. Yeah. It's so quiet. I'm like 10 feet away from where I said we're close to setting up camp. So here's what we got. Give you the full 360. There's the lake just over that rock there, nice and close to the water. And then over this way, got lots of trees, lots of dead trees for firewood. It's nice and closed off from the wind. It's pretty nice. Now, I gotta figure out where I'm gonna set up camp. Tarp shelter's finished. Are you ready to see this glorious masterpiece I've constructed? Guys, I'm sorry. I am so sorry you have to see this. I know. It looks like a 5th grader built it. Give myself a bit of tarp to sleep on inside. I still gotta pull that sapling out. Oh. Still have a few things I've got to pull out in there, but the tarp's up. It's not supposed to rain. It's supposed to snow on the Sunday. That's about it. I want to hear your best roasts in the comments down below. Hashtag roast my tarp shelter. Let's do it. Make fun of me. So they got a fire going. My feet roasting on an open fire. Smoking. So, night 1, exhausted, hungry. Yeah. I survived the first night. Got down to somewhere like -8, -10 degrees. It's the coldest of the 2 nights, thankfully. GoPro battery's dead, I need to charge it. Phone's not too far behind. See the light?
And I keep away from my shoulder blades and my vertebrae. Hips. I guess one of those big logs from last night did burn, didn't it?
Yep, kind of. It actually not long after you, when you went and took your water out and stuff, it almost just died of fire because it ended up. It was basically only those 2 big logs in there, and it was they were pretty punky and pretty wet.
Yeah, so I know when the sun started actually coming up proper, it was like 7. I remember thinking to myself, like, it was a lot later than I thought it was. I'm like, it has to be still halfway through the night. And then it started getting light in the sky. I'm like, oh shit. Where you're standing right now, see how there's a patch of ground that's noticeably wetter?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where my pad was. Yeah, the climates are pretty good. They're a little bit more puncture resistant. But alright, I'm gonna wait for this fire to finish. Get all heated up and make some breakfast. Oh, that coffee smells divine. Freshly brewed coffee with lake water. So, all in all, I'm having fun. Going with a bunch of people who are much more experienced than me definitely helps. So if you've never gone winter camping before, I highly advise going with someone who's been out a fair amount, as that can really help you out and make you feel more confident. So we're at about I don't know, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, something like that. It's probably about -3, -4 degrees Celsius right now. It was a hurting unit yesterday. Oh boy. I feel much better today. Boil up some water. I got some drinking water. Stop it from freezing. And with the fellas, we've got a total of 6 people at camp here right now. And then we have anywhere between 2 to 4 more people arriving today. And then we all pack out of here in the morning. I need a better sleeping bag because I was right on the verge of being able to sleep last night. I kept waking up, rolling over. I was sliding off my sleeping pad. Alright, you're clean. And I don't need to clean you because you are already clean. Here, I'll show you what we got going on over here. Broke a little hole through the ice so we can get some water for cooking and drinking. It's come a little funky and yellow, but better than nothing. Got wood. Well, here's our campsite. We're kind of sporadically spaced out. See my annoyingly crappily constructed green tarp over there? I wound up sleeping right by the fire last night. You can see Buddy's tarp and hammock set up. And then over there is our camp with the campfire. You can see them all standing there talking. Great folks. If you're in the Durham or Toronto area and you're looking for a group of people to go bushcrafting with, I highly recommend looking up the Forest and Lake Community or Oshawa Bushcraft. That's what I'm at with right now. So Tel here is constructing a saw out of wood and a bandsaw. Bow saw? Bow saw. I was gonna say, Tel finished his bow saw. Tel finished his bow saw.
It's not ridiculously heavy. It's sturdy. That's good.
That why makes a big difference.
Some people do it with 2 sticks too. Well, I've done them in the past, Chris, where I hang it up like this, maybe just loosen it off a little, but keep tension on it, and then it dries nice and straight.
Oh yeah.
Swing, bada bada, swing. That was a weird noise.
Maybe it did, I don't know.
Is that you, puppy? Did you make the squeal? Burning fire with a puppy lying by it, so make some good for some good stock footage. Oh, I'm out of breath from that. Of course, I'm out of breath from everything I do. New arrivals. Steve, feel free to plug your channel again.
Welcome to Green Hat Red Beard Adventures. Camping out and I'm just so tired, sorry.
Queen Elizabeth II Wildland.
Thank you.
That's a hell of a hike, eh?
Yeah, 10 kilometers. Well, 6 of it was easy because of the road, but like in the last little bit, it's just like crossing streams. I got my foot wet. Oh, I fell in a little bit and I banged my knee.
Oh.
Wasn't too bad though. Aside from that, we just stopped on an odd occasion just for the sake of pebble in my boot and hitchhiker, you know what I mean, and get it out and satisfy an itch on my ankle. But aside from that, you know, not too bad. I gotta make myself a little
acrylic, I think.
holder for my socks. My socks are wet, so
Yeah,
I dry them out.
I got a soaker on the way in too.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's probably in the same spot. It's like very marshy and your foot sinks in far deeper than you think it's gonna.
Yes.
Yeah, I went up almost to the top of my boot.
About a kilometer in, I slipped at one point and banged my other knee, and but it wasn't a hard hit. It was very light. It didn't hurt that much at all, so it must be bad. But all in all, I probably slipped and fell twice.
Yeah, that was a hell of a hike. I was about ready to call it quits by the time we got here.
Yeah.
Where do you want it? A little closer?
Yeah, in that clear spot.
Oh, that's a bench, okay. Good idea.
Firewood later. For now, it's a bench.
Gotcha.
I say right before we call it quits for the night, dump that in the fire. Bit of a frosty bench.
It's okay.
Now you need
Throw a
an
sit
adze.
pad on it and you're good to go.
You need an adze to square it a bit.
Throw another log under the one end.
Well done, gentlemen.
It's working.
That's some serious dedication you put in to get that.
The Hamilton Beach has a digital thermometer. You can set the time. You can set the temp. And it'll go right up to 160.
Alright, so we're in the late afternoon on second day, heading into the night. It's supposed to be down to -8 degrees Celsius. It feels like -16 with the wind chill. That's going to be really chilly. Not 100% sure what it got down to last night. We had 2 more arrivals show up. So now we're at quite a few people in the camp.
They're not, they wouldn't be soggy.
Oh, you don't need to be a gear junkie for that one.
No?
That's the #1 saw in this bushcraft camp.
I just got a
Well, it's pretty, isn't that
Power
almost the
Fist.
same
I
blade
got
that
it from Princess
Cal put
Auto
in
with my
this
dad
big one there?
when I was young.
I certainly hope that fire would last us all night. As in, let's burn all of it.
Keep it roaring, and it will.
Yeah.
But if it smolders all night, then you'll still have half that pile there.
Yeah.
I'd rather burn most of it and have to go grab a little bit more in the middle of the night than fucking try fucking smolder and smolder and smolder.
Yeah, if you ever look at the old primitive skills gathering from Tell's place, you'll be able to see that pretty much every single person in the entire camp has that exact same saw.
Didn't know which way you went.
I did that. All of it.
They've been making fun of my little Bahco Laplander.
My cured meats.
So, sorry, what is it again? It's Polish,
This is actually Polish.
double smoked meat.
Double smoked bacon. Comes from Holendis in Oshawa. The deli.
Yeah.
They make it in-house.
Oh, neat. All my stuff's safely stowed. Oh. So explain what you got there, Tell.
Not bad. Baked a small loaf of bannock in a canteen cup, which is kind of my speciality. Do we cut into this or rip into it?
You should never cut bannock.
Is that a rule?
No, look at the steam burn.
You got him second guessing now.
A couple of doughy spots. Still, I'm calling that a win.
I think it's just too hot of a fire.
Yeah, this is seriously not ideal.
Lad.
You want to break off a piece of hand?
I think I'm gonna.
Like, take it.
I'll steal a small piece.
It's on the hot rock.
Bring it around.
Oh, that's good.
Thank you, sir.
I'll call that a win.
I think it's a little bit doughy out here in this channel.
Wow, that is pretty fluffy.
It looks amazing.
Where your eye?
Try not to smash it down too hard. There.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be an all-night roaster. Oh yeah, boy. Alright, so we're all laying down for the night. Got the fire going. And I'm gonna be setting up right along this ridge here. Time for bed. So it is just after 6 in the morning. We all had Steve's sultry voice wake us up. And now we're in the process of getting the fire set back up, just to give us a bit of warmth and something to make some coffee and food
I was
with.
up all night tending to the fire, trying to keep myself and you guys alive. I was supposed to, buddy. Except for him, he was doing just fine.
I mean,
Number one tool the whole weekend right here is the pocket bellows. I was sucking on this thing the entire weekend, keeping the fire and the ember alive.
I don't know if you could see that on camera, but it's a long metal tube that he was using to blow oxygen into the fire.
Pocket bellows.
But yeah,
Blowing through that tube.
Yeah.
The entire night on and off, just getting keep the fire alive. I regret not bringing a sleeping bag.
gotta get stuff started, packed back up, and then hike on out of here before the snow hits. So, morning of our hike out. How y'all feeling?
Great.
Happy to be headed back to warm.
Happy, happy, happy.
Light's starting to break. I'm all packed up. Others still have some to go. Looking forward to a nice big plate of Chinese food later. So, we're hiking back. I'm not going to bore you with most of it. So as we're going, I'm kind of just collecting trash. Just to make the place a little bit nicer. The other three guys have gotten ahead of me. My pace is a little slow. Picked up a lot of garbage. So, things that I learned this trip. Number one, I can still pack down even less weight. So I brought my tarp with me. Turns out I didn't even need it because I slept open sky both nights. Not that I don't need to bring a shelter, but I can definitely get away with something much smaller than the green tarp I have now. It was a lot colder than originally expected. It was originally supposed to be only -4 overnight. Turned out to be -8. Felt like -16 Celsius. What else? Next winter camp, I'll probably try and pack in my giant 12-pounder sleeping bag. I might be able to fit it into the main compartment of my bag. If I pack down enough stuff, I should be able to get away with having everything in my bag. Listen to the sounds. It's so quiet in winter. A chickadee. Over there. Oh, I see him in the tree. Hi, little buddy. We made it back to the car park. For the last 2K, Mr. Dirk picked us up in his pickup truck there. We tailgated it back. Oh, I'm a hurting unit. I'm gonna drive home, get the greasiest breakfast I can find. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment down below. here. This is the weather I wanted to beat before I got out of the park. Drive home, still sketchy, but at least I'm in my car and a little bit safer as long as I drive safely. But trying to hike through this on top of ice that's not solid all the way through, very dangerous. So I'm glad I beat this out of the park.